G'day, hi and welcome. It is getting pretty toasty out there. Holy jeez, it's like 30 degrees, warmest day of the year so far. We are May 7th, 8th? What are we today? Oh look, a red-breasted warren. Haven't seen one of those yet this year. Usually they're here by now. We're Tuesday? Yeah, so the 8th. Okay, one thing I love about the nice weather is I build Rome in a day. So I did some yard, it's hard to tell, but I did a little bit of yard work today. Threw in some wood, believe it or not, just get rid of the old pile. There's Missy doing her thing. The other update, I topped up the other battery, the boost battery. I made a ton of videos today, and I still got a ton more to make. Even did some work on my sailboat today. Even checked out my trailer. Went to my poor old road rage van. Hang on. There it is. There she is. That poor van. Owes me nothing. Well, here's what I got going on. I was going to throw the battery on the charger. So if you haven't understood what happened, today is ride number 13 day, which I did get the ride in, thank God. But I pulled the bike out, and I guess I flooded it while I tried to start it because of the starting problems that I'm having on cold startups. Basically the first startup of the day. But I started it on colder days. So I guess I blipped the throttle too much, flooded it, and then I drained the battery quite quickly. It only took about 4 attempts or 5 attempts of trying to start this bike with this poor little lead acid battery. And it was the only battery that I could get at the time. So if my budget goes up next year, I want to get the highest cranking amp battery I can get. Pretty much wore it down to 12.3 volts to the point where, even though the voltage is good, it was drained just enough that when I turned the key on, there was nothing. It was just basically like you see now. If the battery voltage or ampage drops too much on this bike, there's some sort of safe mechanism where you get no power, like the light won't come on, nothing. I guess it saves the battery from you just keep cranking on it until you kill the battery completely. So the battery didn't come back up. What I did is I boosted off another battery and I brought out the charger, put it on the charger. The charger wasn't enough because I had it set on trickle, and I figured, okay, well, I hooked it to the big car battery, got the bike started, let it warm up, put everything together, went out for a run, and when I got back, I let it cool for about 45 minutes just to see if what would happen. And sure enough, it fired right up, no problem. A tool that you have to get is you don't have to get an expensive one. This one was about 35 bucks Canadian. But definitely a digital multimeter. Clamp meter, if you can get one of them too, that'd be nice. Those are nice to have. But definitely get yourself one of those. Buy a couple of spare leads for it because these go after a while. But I just tested it and I got, well, I'll show you what I got. Just to show you real quick. Ooh, 1666. Ooh, hard to do this. Okay, hang on. Alright, now I'm all kind of gerbled. Imagine human beings only having 2 hands, really. Okay, so I got that there. Hopefully it'll make a good connection. Actually, it went up. 12.6162. Yeah, so it's okay, and it's not the best connection there, but so it went up from 12.3 to 12.6. So that's telling me that I'm not going to bother throwing that battery on the charger today, but I'll probably do it on another day where I'm just going to disconnect the leads, hook maybe pull the battery right out. You don't have to, but as long as you disconnect your leads when you're charging it, don't use your charger on your bike while the leads are connected, because you can fry out if there's a short, it can fry out your electrical system. So don't do that. You can just disconnect these and charge it in place if you want, but if you can as long as you can get the gator clips in there. So anyway, bottom line is the battery came up. I didn't try to start it right yet. I'll wait till tomorrow, and if tomorrow's a good day and I can get it started on the first go, I'll probably attempt a long-range ride and finally do my insurance. But I'm a little bit in the paranoid mode now that it's like, is it going to restart? Is it going to restart? It could have been just I flooded it and did that. So hopefully it was rider error, user error, not a sign of a significant problem. But the starting problem is mechanical. It's not me. It's you shouldn't have to touch the throttle at all when you're starting it. So I called Triumph just to see if I could, I call it the hot starter, but he couldn't figure it out on the microfiche what I was talking about. So he says, I think you're talking about this, but he says it'd be best just to come in and have a look at it, right? And what I'll probably do is when this tank gets I'll ride the bike tomorrow, the next day, whatever, and once I get down to about a third of a tank, I'll pull the tank off where it's not so much fuel in it, because there's 4.5 gallons there, so it's like 40 pounds a tank, and I don't want to damage it taking it off. So I'll take it off, have a look at it, see if it is what I suspect it is, and I'll go from there. But I'll monitor the battery for the next couple of days, and hopefully that's the only problem I have this year with it. I just don't want the bike to leave me anywhere that I can't get out of, because I don't have the money for towing. That's the thing. But that's these things happen. These things happen. But anyway, there you go. I just thought I'd show you that. Get yourself a multimeter. It's good. You can figure out whether your system's charging. So obviously, after that run I did, it went from 12.3 right back up to 12.6, which is about where the battery was. So the good news is that it means my charging system is doing its job. But maybe it's, it is an older bike. Maybe it's not charging as, it wouldn't hurt to do that. But today wasn't a battery problem. Today was I flooded it and then killed the battery trying to restart it. So I'm not really picking on the battery, but that is hard on the battery when you kill the battery to a point where you can't start it. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you guys the update. There you go.